Hey everybody! Well, as you can see, we have a door on the outside of Villa 1. We don't have interior doors yet, but you're going to hear all about that towards the end of this video. So we're going to have an update of how everything is going. But as you can see, the pool area is so close to being done. Supposed to get water in the pool today, so we are really excited. This week you're gonna get to see us make some headboards for the villas, kind of one of the last finishing things, and we get our sign out front and it looks fantastic. And then, as I said, towards the end of the video, you're gonna get a full update on where we are and how close we are to setting an opening date. So let's get right to it. We're Dooglass and Esperanza, and we decided to leave our lives in the U.S., sell almost everything we own, and move to Baja California Sur, where we decided to start a resort in the magical town of Loreto, Mexico. Please come with us to follow our journey and live before you die.
Let's go see what Douglas is doing. What you doing, Douglas?
I am working on headboards for the villas, and we cut the panels earlier. I'll show you here, and now I'm cutting some trim to go around them. So we got this, hold on, my earphones on, I can barely hear myself talk. Oh, it's already on there. So this is a plywood, it's called Perota. Perota is a local Mexican hardwood that I would say is somewhat similar to mahogany. It's termite resistant, which is good, insect resistant. And it's readily available. There's two main woods that are available here, Perota and Coba. Those are the two local woods. Then, of course, they have birch and Douglas fir plywood and all kinds of stuff. But we're making this out of Perota because this is a classic Mexican hardwood that they use to build furniture and such. And we got this beautiful plywood. The grain is just beautiful, and it's hard to see in here because it's dark.
It's gorgeous.
And it's going to even pop even more once you stain this. It's going to be incredible. And then I got some Perota, just hardwood board that I milled down to this trim. And it doesn't look like much because it's still rough cut. I'm not going to sand it till I'm done making all the cuts. So this all is going to be sanded off. And it'll be smooth and it will look fantastic. It'll miter the edges, the corners, and this will just be a little kind of frame around the headboard, and then we will install it down there. Well, we'll stain it.
And how much did all this cost?
These sheets of plywood were about $80 a sheet. They actually are not a veneer. So a lot of the plywood you get when it's a lot of plywood when it is a hardwood, it'll be a veneer. So there'll just be a little thin piece on this end, a little thin piece on this end. This is actually solid Perota hardwood plywood. So $80 a sheet. And then I think I paid about $24 for this board, which I am able to make. One board I was able to make all the trim. So we're probably about $95 a headboard. Well, throwing the stain and all that, probably $100 a headboard.
Very nice.
And that's pretty good because a big, nice hardwood headboard, something like that, like something just like this, on Amazon
Well, they were around 500 to 1,000.
500 to $1,000. So
Yeah.
we're getting a beautiful hardwood headboard made out of Mexican hardwood. So we're keeping to the, using local stuff where we can, and $100 a headboard, and just has some work.
How long does it take you to make it?
It isn't going to take that long because it's a pretty simple design. It's just a sheet of plywood, and it's mitered around here. And this design was I picked it so that I had to do as little sanding and everything as possible. Now these are going to have to be sanded on these 3 sides, but I don't have to worry about the plywood edges. I don't have to worry about if the cut isn't straight, because this will cover up any problems with the cut. And so then I just have to miter these. So probably all the woodworking is probably only like 2 hours, 2.5 hours for both headboards. And then it'll probably take another hour or 2 to stain them and seal them, put a coat of polyurethane on them. So probably have 4 hours into them by the time we're done for 2 headboards. All right, we have all the pieces cut, and Esperanza is finishing up sanding the trim pieces. Esperanza is working on the stain on these panels. She had the great idea of staining them first and then to put them together so that we don't get weird stain where the trim meets the panel. So that was a good idea. And we've got this tinted stain, so when it goes on, it's too thick and it covers up the grain. And so we're putting it on with a brush, getting it all covered and letting it soak in, and then use a rag to wipe off all the excess stain. I hate staining. Esperanza is really good at it. But look at that grain pop, and that's what it's going to look like when it's cured all the way. Well, not cured, when it has the finish coat on it, because we're going to put a sealer coat on top of the stain coat. So beautiful. It's going to match all our other mahogany stuff. Very similar color. This is a color that they often do a perota in this color that's like a mahogany color. It's usually finished something like this. So very cool. So I'm back on the headboard project to finish up the final finish coat on the headboards, and you can see I already have one coat on there, and it's looking pretty nice. All right, well, we got our sign installed out here on the pedestal that we made. Let me give you the big view of the front of Pufferfish Villas right now. So awesome. And this sign looks fantastic at night and during the day. We had this sign made in La Paz by a fabricator, Deonda Fabricaciones. That's Deonda Fabrications. And he made this whole sign out of 1/8 inch plate steel. It's got our Pufferfish logo and the Pufferfish Villas. Okay, around the back here, I wired up for the electrical. Of course, the sign is bolted on with some big bolts because that plate of steel is really a thick 8-inch plate steel, 4x4 feet. So it weighs well over 100 pounds. This put the electrical in here, did a big box so I could put the LED controller and all that inside the box. just wire down and over into the photocell circuit that runs all the lights on the wall. So it all comes on automatically at dusk. And everything is automatic. So we're going to landscape all around here with plants and make it look really nice. You have to see this sign at night. It is just incredible. It looks way better in the night than it does in the daytime. So let's go out here. It's dark. I waited till it was dark so I could come out and do this. Pufferfish villas at night. That is just incredible. We are so happy with how this turned out, and we couldn't even believe it, what this thing looked like in the nighttime. So awesome sign. We're happy we got it up. We got it lit up. And one more thing off the list. Well, today I can report that we finally got one thing. Well, we got nothing all the way done. We had 2 of our milestones partially met this weekend, and I'll show you that right here. All right, so this is our lavenderia, and it's a huge mess because we're trying to get everything in. But you can see we have a little bit of pool equipment in here today. So that is really good and really exciting. They got the wrong pump, but we're gonna make do because we can't wait for another pump. We got the filter here. We didn't get the UV sanitizer. We didn't get the stuff for the solar, but with the pump and the filter, we can at least get the pool running, hopefully soon. And then over here on Villa number 1, Esperanza's mom and sister are showing up today in just an hour or 2. And Villa number 1 has a front door now. They finally came in Saturday and put in the front door. So that was good. They lost the $250 lock that we had. That is not good. And they brought all the rest of the door frames for the all the interior doors, and they're supposed to come this morning, which is now about 11 o'clock, and install all the rest of the interior doors. Haven't seen them. Do not know if they're ever coming back. But we're one step closer. And here the villa is. Now, we have a big problem. The villa is ready. Esperanza and I went crazy getting the villa ready for her mom and her sister. We still do not have AC, and it rained this morning, and it's like very hot and very muggy and not very comfortable in here at this point. But you can see here, we got the bed, I got my headboard that I made in. Everything is set up just about how it'll be, except for the doors sitting here when we rent. The bathroom is almost all set up. There comes a flight right there. I don't think that's their flight, but that's a flight landing. Now the room here, the great room, is all set up except for the air conditioning that is not in. But it is all ready to go otherwise. And the kitchen area with the tables and that. Now I need to get my final tools out of here And look at that view out to the pool area. Big thing going. And this is a preview over here. We got our cushions for our benches all set up here on the front patio. We finally have the entire pool area all set up. All the umbrellas, the chairs, the tables, and it rained, but it dried out this morning. And now we have the benches in. Look at this cabana area. This is crazy, a lot of space. This is for like eventually 6 people, but if you rent this thing with just 2 couples, you got this huge resort. You know, 3 people at least can take a nap on these big things, and they are comfortable. These cushions are really comfortable and really nice here. Just beautiful. A little bit of Mexican flair. Nice umbrella fabric that'll last a long time. The only thing we're missing now is the pool with water in it. Hopefully that will happen in the next day or 2. So, super excited. Getting so close. Still not there. We have to get this AC in. I don't know where the AC is. AC was supposed to be in a week ago, then a week ago, then last week, and then it was supposed to be in this Friday, or last Friday, never showed up. Supposed to be here first thing this Monday morning, never showed up. We don't know. We don't know what's happening. So, yeah, making great progress. We are almost all moved back up to the trailer because Esperanza's mom and sister are probably going to stay in the villa that we've been staying in because it's the only thing here that has air conditioning. Our trailer doesn't even have air conditioning. And it is muggy and hot today. So, made some progress, but not everything. So, thanks everybody for watching. As you can see, we still have a couple of things, but we are literally, hopefully in the next few days, going to get our last milestones done and be ready to set an opening date. So I am hoping that by the next video, next week, we'll be able to give you an opening date, a website, and you can start booking your vacations here at Pufferfish Villas. So we're super excited. We are getting water in the pool today, hopefully. We're trying to get the carpenter back to do the interior doors this week, and air conditioning is supposed to be going in today. So if all that happens, man, we'll be able to open November 1st. That's our target date. So stay tuned next week with most likely going to be the big announcement. All right, thanks again for watching, and never forget to live before you die.